Hey boys, and welcome back to another Bleach Bracer video. And today we are over on BBS Simulator to go over the new banner, the upcoming banner, the rerun banner of the Khan for Your Own World Round 7. So this, funny enough, is finally back. I did make a video like 3 months ago saying I'm going to skip it and probably pull on the banner when it comes back in 3 months time, which is now the time, right? Having said that, however, I'm probably going to be skipping this banner, and I'm probably suggest most of you do skip that banner. But going into it, let's talk about the free banner characters, because these are the main three characters you're going to be pulling for. Starting off with Shunsui. Shunsui is, unfortunately, he's not a bad character. If you saw my tier list like 3 months ago, I will be having an updated one in the coming days. I still think he is in the top 10 of power characters. However, I don't think he is that much needed in your account, because unless you're a massive fan of Shunsui, you have no reason to pull for this character, unfortunately. If you like the gameplay, if you like the way he plays, then definitely consider pulling for him, because that's the main point of this game, is to have some fun. You don't always need to pull for characters that are meta. But if you are curious on what character is meta, this character unfortunately isn't really that, and that mainly comes to the fact that he is a no affiliation killer. At least in normal content, yes, he can click somewhat faster than other characters that do have killer, but at least in the guild quests and other content, you really just don't want to use him for that killer, because especially in guild quest, right, where killer is the biggest important factor of being able to beat all 5 ways, and since he doesn't have an actual killer technically, he doesn't really see any play whatsoever in that game mode. And that game mode does encourage you to 5 out of 5 your character, so for some reason you were lucky or unlucky enough to get this character 5 out of 5, you have no use of him there, unfortunately, and that's a bit disappointing. Having said that, he actually does have some pretty good skills, being the Berserker plus 20%, Bruiser plus 20%, the skill unique to him, and another character too, but we don't need to talk about her, being the damage to lacerated enemies plus 40%. So yes, if you do inflict the laceration, you do actually do a lot of damage. So even though I said he doesn't have a good killer, and that brings him down quite a bit, even in quests where he doesn't have killer, he still does a lot of damage. The fact that he does do that extra damage to lacerated enemies, if you do lacerate them, you're doing a lot of damage, lads. That's a lot of damage, especially for the fact that he also does have devastation, because the other character, I guess we are talking about her now, Senjumaru, who also has the damage to lacerated enemies plus 40%. She has that, but she doesn't have devastation. Shunsui does, so that means he's doing a lot of damage on his ult, being 40%, and also after that first hit and then inflicted with laceration, you're doing additional 40% more damage. So if only this character had an actual good killer, right, being a Sorry but Aranka or Hollow, he would have been an amazing nuke for guild quest, and that would have been actually very fun to play around with. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that, so you're really only going to use him in just like co-op and PvE, and you're really only going to ever use this character in PvE content, like co-op and just normal PvE play, right? So unless you like the character, unless you want to play with him, then there's no reason to pull for him. But I will say his special is actually very cool. I really do think his special is like one of the best specials in the game. But going into his attacks real quick just to break him down, his nat string is similar to these characters right here. He's an SP character, doesn't really matter too much. His SA1 is a lunge forward, his SA2 is a vacuum-esque attack. So if you've seen the gameplay of any of these 5 characters here, it's basically the exact same thing. We did go over the showcase of Shuhei yesterday, so you can see that breakdown. It's almost essentially the exact same strong attack. And then his SA3 is a 1170 radius in front of him, which is actually a very good strong attack. So he's not bad. There's just better cards out there. There's really no reason to use this character, but at least he does have his Senkamon use, as you can see here. Cave of Diligence, which is dropping tomorrow, stage 19. 5th Anniversary Tower Forging, stage 19. All these extra stages right here, he does have his use there. So he's not a bad character. He's actually pretty good, but I personally have no reason to pull for him, because you just don't need him. You just don't need him, unfortunately. And the same can be said for this Sonosuke right here. So Sonosuke is not a bad character. He's actually pretty good, but the problem with him is he's a support character. And support characters, in my opinion, aren't really needed in this game mode, because you're actually just better off bringing 4 DPS characters that can just wipe out waves in 1 or 2 strong attacks. With this character, even though he is a support character, being able to give your team a shield and a heal, he does actually do some decent damage. His first and third and even second can do a pretty good amount of damage, so he does have that going for him, unlike the other, past healers back in the day, being the Parasol Now, the Mind Momo, who else, the Christmas Ululu. Those 3 characters used to be very good as support characters, because back then we didn't have like these OP strong attack characters, right? So a lot of times you were dying a lot, so having a healer in your team was actually very good. But since we now have characters with like further than 4-screen strong attacks, almost a 4-screen strong attack as the second, you really don't need this character. You're actually better off just bringing 4 DPS characters, like I just said a minute ago. So unfortunately, even with Sonosuke, what are we doing here? We did not want to do that, and it's okay. We just did a single. So going back into it, yeah. You don't need him. You don't need him, unfortunately. But he is a pretty cool character to play around with. It is Sanosuke. It's the first time we're seeing him in the game. It's the first time we're technically, quote-unquote, seeing him animated. Because, yes, he was in the anime. He was in the manga. But he only had, like, one scene where he was shown in. And that's basically about it. So I actually feel like Caleb should have done a better job with him. Should have made him a lot more OP. Because since you don't know this character all too well, I feel like they should have sold us the character by making him OP. Similar to, like, what they did with Ikone and Tokinada. Unfortunately, since I don't really know too much about this character. And he doesn't really look too appealing, I have no reason to pull for him. Now, going into the final banner character, and the one you definitely want, we have LINKEN, or Potken, or Potpatchy, whatever you want to call him. We have Kanfi Woodkinpachi. So this character, the main appeal for this character, the main reason why you're going to pull for him is for this skill right here. Speed, Link Slot Skill Potions, +5. So if you have this character in your co-op game, if you have this character in your IZ room, you're getting an additional 5 blue pot, which is a massive increase, right? If you have 4 Kinpachis in a room, you're getting 20 a run, which means if you're doing 6 times runs, because you have the Cons Milanza pass, you're getting 120 additional pots every 5 times, every 5 tickets. Absolutely broken. This skill just makes farming link slot potions and actually a joy. I have 130 link slotted characters and I only just hit 100 like 2 weeks ago. Why? Because I can. I literally can just farm IZ all day and link slot whoever I want. I've link slotted all my good characters. Now I'm link slotting meme characters because I actually can with the amount of potions I can get from these link slot skills. And unfortunately with this Kinpachi, he is actually the worst link slot character in the game because there's only 4 if you don't know. The Kisuke, the Desert Rukia, Machine Society Ruruka, and this Kinpachi. Since he is a NAD character that is melee based, it means he's just kind of bad to play in co-op. You don't want to bring NAD melee characters into co-op. They're not just that. They're not good to use, right? And then another thing about the character is the fact that he has no support or any added effects to make clearing content a lot easier. Because as you can see here, he has no stat zoomers, which does bring him down in my opinion. If we look at Ruruka, who's also a NAD character, who also doesn't have guard break, she has a better kit because she can inflict weakening. So the boss spawns in, you can just use your soul bomb. Everyone is weakened, and now you can just hold down the NAD button. Don't need to worry about dying, and everyone just pretty much dies, right? With Kinpachi, you can't do that, so you're going to be flash stepping around. Luckily, he does have Sprinter +1, and he's kind of just a pain to use in co-op, actually. I actually kind of prefer using a carry character, so let's say an SP character, to carry the 3 other Kinpachis, and that's what I've been doing for the last 3 or so months. Whenever the tech day comes around, I host a room, bring my best tech character, ask for 3 Kinpachis to join, and I carry them. I let them auto, and most of the time, they always die. So even though Kinpachi is kind of bad in this sense, he does have that usability. He is a valuable character to have in your account because he does give you those extra speed potions. And that's really about it. If he didn't have that, you would have no reason to pull for this character at all. And that's unfortunately how it is. So the 3 banner characters, honestly speaking, aren't really the best. Definitely the one you want to go for is the Kinpachi, but you can kind of live without all 3 of them. But I will say Kinpachi is someone you kind of want to have. Now looking into the 3 premium characters, unfortunately, are also kind of bad. So the first one, Sentaro and Kione. Kind of gimmicky. They have the SA3, which does, you know, switch them around so you can be Kione or you can be, what's his name? Sentaro? Yeah, Sentaro, right? So they got that going for them. They are also a low stamina damage link at 30% with a 30% damage increase, which is actually pretty good. It is kind of valuable to have them as a link, and that's pretty much about it. They do have the skill that lowers their reach shot by 12%, so they had the skills to make them look good, besides Berserker, right? But unfortunately, their strong attacks are just bad. They have a bad strong attack 1, an okay strong attack 2, and a bad strong attack 3, and you're never really going to use them. You have no reason to use these characters. Unless you're a fan of them, which I don't think a lot of people are, they're pretty much just going to collect dust in your account or just be a link, because that is a pretty valuable link, being a damage inflicted at low stamina by 30%. That's really all there is about it. You're never really going to use them. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So they're just an okay character. They're probably going to see them a lot in future banners, so you don't really need to get them from here. Then we have Yumachika, one of the worst characters to release from last year, I believe. Very bad strong attacks, no reason to pull for him. He's very common, so you don't really need him. You'll probably get him eventually, but I guess he is a Chronicle Quest bonus, so if you don't have him in Chronicle Quest, he is going to give you those extra drops, so he does have some usability there. And then the last character, the last premium character to talk about, is the Tag Team Omaida, who is just not usable whatsoever. No Frenzy, Berserker +30, Bombardment, no reason to pull for this character at all. There's literally no reason to pull for him. I guess similar to the Kione, he is a damage inflicted at low stamina, so I guess he has that going for him. But outside of that, you don't want this character, and he's going to be annoying to pull if you do pull on this banner. Then if we look at the 3 seasonal characters who are the 2019 swimsuit characters, kind of nice to see somewhat seasonal characters that are kind of new. Unfortunately, this banner overall just wasn't a good banner. None of these 3 characters, if compared to other seasonals, are actually kind of are actually good whatsoever. So let's look at Kukaku. She is also a bad character. She is a no affiliation character with the Aaroniero kill ability. Her strong attacks are kind of bad. SA1 being a lunge, SA2 being a plant vortex, similar to the Kenpachi. And as an SP character, you really don't want that. And then an SA3 is just a 900 around her. No reason to pull for her. I pulled her when she came out. I've really only ever used her once in like a certain Sankamon stage, being the Warriors Path 49. So if you're not even doing Warriors Path, you don't even need to pull for her, because you are probably going to be doing Cave of Diligence now, which I guess you can use on stage 4, but stage 4 is going to be mad easy anyway, so you don't really need to pull her. So unfortunately, she's kind of bad, but hey, I mean, her art's nice, right? Maybe you want to pull for that. But no! It's no Sim September, lads. You don't want to pull for these swimsuit characters. Don't be simping in September, right? Then we look at the other Yoruichi, and I understand it's Yoruichi in a swimsuit. You want to go for it, right? She's also... again, she came out right before Berserker was like starting to become the norm. You don't really need her as well. She has okay strong attacks. First being a range collision, okay. Second being a vortex, okay. Third being full screen, pretty good. Outside of that, no reason to pull for her. I don't even use her anymore. So I got interrupted there. I have no idea what I was saying prior to this. But yeah, design is cool. She is also a no affiliation killer, which just means, yeah, you're never going to use her. She's kind of bad. You have no reason to use this character unless you're a Yoruichi fan. And I guess this is going to be your best chance to pull for her for a while, because obviously summer literally just passed. You won't be able to get her until next year. But that body, man, fuck, it's September, I need to calm myself, And then the last character to go over is Kazui's mum. So she is a healer, which is kind of nice on a special. She can instant kill. Kind of weird. I guess she's instant killing us with her smile. She's a recharge character. Again, no berserker, but she does actually weaken defense, which is kind of cool whenever she is a bonus for epic raids, which she might be occasionally. I'm looking at the artwork. I need to stop looking at the artwork, lads. I need to get this done quick. I'm actually about to start simping. So I actually really do want her. She is a Chrono Quest bonus too, so she has that going for her. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if I even said it yet. She is a human killer, which is it's just not good. It's just not good. No berserker as well, because she came out right before characters started to get high berserker. Just means she isn't really usable in a lot of content. And then I believe her strong attacks just aren't really too good. SA1 is a lunge. I guess that's pretty good. SA2 is a vortex. It's a 500 around her. I'm not entirely sure what that is. And then an SA3 is full screen. So, I mean, she, I guess, has the best strong attacks, but having no berserker, having no good killer, just means you're never really going to use her outside of Chronicle Quest, and that's really about it. But she does have that going for her. But also, I will say, since she is a Chronicle Quest bonus, and same goes for Yumachika, whenever we get those Chronicle Quest character banners, she will be there. So she comes back actually quite often compared to the other 2 swimsuit characters in the banner. And also, since she is a human killer, she has her use on these certain floors. Path of Valor stage 19, Tower of Ordo stage 15. But do keep in mind, you actually don't need her to beat these. I don't have the Mayuri, I don't have the Orihime, and you can just use burn characters, or you can use a transcended green character. And then as for the steps, they just work like every other normal banner, right? Step 1 is 150, step 2 is going to be 200, every step after that's going to be 500, step 6 is going to be another 150, step 7 back to 200, and after that 250 again till step 10, and after that every multi will be 250. But you do get a guaranteed 5-star on step 5 and 10, so that's actually pretty nice, right? There's going to be a good chance, hopefully, you get the character you want when you do go all in, because again, there's only 6 fillers compared to the normal 9, so you have I believe a 0.5 or 0.67, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, a 0.667. So the chance of getting a banner character is just above 2% or below 2%. Not doing the maths right now, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad if you want to get these characters. So now let's just do a couple simulated pulls. Starting off with step 1, we're going to skip this because we don't need to see the... Ooh, that would have been amazing. Okay, I wish that would happen to me. That's the multi you want. Just do the first step, get Kenpachi, then back out, right? That's basically the dream multi right there. Would have loved to have that. Step 2, a bit of graphical error there. Not sure what's going on, but that was a shaft. Step 3, damn. And Shunsui? Okay, that would have been amazing. And then watch us get Sonosuke in the next multi. Ah, close enough. We got... Wow, we're getting a lot of 2-in-1s. Okay, so we got 2 Centauros there. That is not a bad step 5. A lot of people could end up doing the 5 multis and end up getting literally nothing. And then we have... Who do we get here? Kukaku. That's okay. It's not too bad. We swept the... No, we didn't sweep the swimsuit banner just yet. Then we got nothing. Okay, that's expected, right? You always want a couple shaft multis. Then we got... Again, nothing again. And then step 9... And we got Yumachika. Okay, we're about to pull the whole banner here, lads. Jesus. And then we got another Kenpachi. You don't really want dupes of him. And then this is the guaranteed step. Let's see what we get. And we got 3 in 1. Wow. Honestly speaking, for 10 multis, that's not too bad. I mean, you got 2 banner characters. You got a 4 out of 5 characters. You got 2 swimsuit characters. And 2 premium characters. You can't really complain about that, honestly. You're not going to get this stuff. That's the thing. Just keep that in mind. You are not going to get this multi. Let me quickly refresh and see what we can get again. So we'll just do the quick 10 steps and see what we got. So 10 steps got us that. I mean, Centaur and Keone, they want to keep coming through. Let's do another 10 steps. This is without any guarantees. And we got a couple characters. Okay, so yeah. This banner, overall, just isn't worth summoning on. I'm going to be honest with you, lad. You shouldn't really pull on this banner. There's no reason to. I guess the only reason to pull on this banner is the Kenpachi. But like I said, you can live without him. You don't need him. If you have 3 friends that have Kenpachi, you don't need to pull for him. Just hope that they carry you, or you carry them, I guess. And even if you don't even have anyone, and even if you don't know anyone that has Kenpachi, you can just host your own rooms, say you'll carry, ask for 3 Kenpachis, and they will surely join. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 months, and I farm speed potions perfectly fine. So yeah, that was the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Overall, not really a banner you should be summoning on. This is definitely an easy skip. If anything, do the first multi. I will be doing the first multi, and I'll be posting it on my Twitter. Feel free to follow me over there. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you are pulling on this banner. I'm curious to know. I don't recommend it, but if you are, I can't stop you. And yeah, that was it. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.